movies for black girl nerds.
Hey guys, I'm your host Ryanne Bennett, and welcome to episode 3, season 2. Here we go, called Batgirl Magic. Definitely here for this episode. So many cool elements seeing Ryan here in the suit here, even though it still doesn't quite fit her, still not quite her. We're still kind of moving in Kate's world a little bit here when we get started. So, here we go. I'm gonna break it down from the top. You already know. So we're gonna start from the top with Victor's ass, who you see behind me, and Victor's ass is a badass. Since I'm already kind of mixing it here, he is killing. He kills this couple off the top, puts the couple back in the bed, blood and stuff everywhere. I'm like, Lord Jesus, do we need any more crazy people on this show? And apparently, he likes to mark his kills by making little dashes and little marks all over his body. So yeah, there's that. So that's the one part we're dealing with here. Also, getting back to, like I said, Ryan Wilder trying to get into this Batwoman suit where it's like she hasn't stole it. It's actually given to her now. She's trying to fit into this world. We open off the top. She's trying to stop the sale of this snake bite, this new toxin that's being sold on the streets, because apparently this season loves these new toxins, love these new poisons. So she is working to try to get that done, but the shoes don't fit on the bat suit. She's throwing the blades all over the place. It's just crazy trying to see her try to fit into this world because it's still very much Kate. She hasn't quite found her groove yet. Other thing we're dealing with in this episode is that we have Safaya and Alice. Alice is still very much pissed that she didn't get the revenge on her family that she wanted. And, she went through all this to get Safaya's attention. So we finally have the mysterious Safaya appearing this season. She was talked about last season a lot. So we finally get to see her face. And we're on this island of Katana here. And so this is very interesting how we get to see these dynamics played out because we find out Safaya was basically showed Alice the rope, so to speak, here. So, and when Alice left this island, Safaya felt some type of way. She's also been using the desert rose, that toxin, that poison they get from the flowers and garden that can kind of heal. It's also very healing as well, not just the poison. She's been kind of putting that all over Gotham. So Safaya and Alice definitely had her issues, definitely had her history that we get to see brought out in here. So we cut back after we kind of get a little bit history here, figure out what's going on this island. We see Sophie also poorly suffering because she's just trying to figure out all these crazy people she got surrounding her. And she just kind of stuck there handcuffed. So shout out to Sophie for making it through because girl was just trying to hang in for this episode. But we cut back to the hitman Victor here. He's in Hamilton Industries, ends up shooting a guy because we start to kind of finally break down that he is kind of chasing this path that Sophia's put him on. And we learn, by the way, that Safaya is actually who hired him because Ryan, using her skills that she's trying to tell Luke and Mary about that she has that she can bring to this bat suit. She's heard of Victor before and she knows how he operates and she knows how to get to him. So she goes has a sit down with him. And she kind of pulled, we slowly through tracking his phone, getting close enough to track his phone, the team ends up pulling out, exactly who hired him, what this hit list is all about. And also something else that comes from this sit down, we get to hear a little bit more backstory about Ryan's ex. So I'm wondering if that's going to be something they're going to bring out some more because, they kind of got us curious on the edge of our seats. Like, okay, all right, something went down with the ex here where it was kind of violent, where, because Victor kind of took a little pause a little bit when he saw Ryan that he didn't take when he saw Batwoman show up before. Cause like I said, she is still in this constant struggle of struggling in his suit. And he tried to take her out with a missile. So yeah, Ryan Wilder in the Batwoman suit was having a hard time the first half of this episode. So yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, now that we kind of know Victor's motivation and everything like that and how that went down, I want to kind of cut back to the island again here where we have Safaya, we have Alice. And as we kind of go through this battle of, Alice thinks Safaya is gonna kill her, and we come to find out, okay, Safaya has a plan. We're not quite sure what's going down. She's not gonna kill Alice. Alice does mean something to her despite all the craziness. So they get into this little scuffle, this fight when Alice starts revealing, why she had it out with Kate, what was going down. And Safaya has Kate's necklace. So we're like, okay. So I thought this was going to definitely go another way. We start to figure out that Safaya is either adding on, like piling on these lies for us as audience, or she's being set up by somebody. Like there's even somebody bigger than Safaya, as we kind of learn seeing her and Alice have these conversations. So basically, we end this scene on Katana realizing that okay, Safaya has Kate, and she needs Alice to do something for her before she release Kate. Sophie also ends up finding out about Kate, and also ends up realizing, she gets spared by Safaya, which usually doesn't happen. So apparently Safaya might have a crush on her or something like that. But Sophie is starting to realize that she's in this weird little tangled up well, because she knows she needs to take care of Alice, but that can't exactly happen yet because Alice is the key to getting Kate back. So that's kind of how we wrap up the whole island situation with them, with these four women there. So yeah, that's very tricky. It's very interesting how the writers or creator wanted to bring that in. So we'll kind of see where that's gonna go and lead with Kate's story here. But back to Ryanne here. Ryanne does kind of get her grip on being able to handle the suit, because guess what? She goes out and she turns a suit to fit her, because we all see that Luke is still, like, he's very loyal. We appreciate Luke for that, but Luke is very much held back in this episode, which kind of kills you at some points, because we're like, okay, if it gets super, super dangerous, are you going to have Ryanne back? We know Ryan's back. We know you're very loyal to Kate. We know what's going on. We know how you feel. It's still very early, but you get worried about that. There's a lot of things coming with this suit of Ryanne having been in this suit, and the only one that seems like she really has her back is Mary. But we get to see Ryanne step up, create, like, she changes the wig up, and I'm like, Luke, you ain't see that wig need to be changed. But anyway, she changes up the wig. She comes out in this new suit that you can kind of see a little bit behind me here. And so, we finally thinking, all right, here we go. We ready to get it. And she does handle her business, because she ends up being out there to save Mary, because of course Victor is going to come after Mary, because we learn that his hit list, which I said earlier was set by Safaya, he is going after all of the people that have had any of the desert rose, that are now going around with like this secret cure, the secret serum throughout their bodies, because this desert rose can cure anything. It could be used as we know, as a poison, or can cure a lot of things. So basically, he's just making his way down the hit list. So of course, he goes to target one of the patients at Mary's clinic, and Mary ends up being a target. So that's that cool moment where we get to see Ryanne save the day, and they need her as she suits up and comes through, because she was definitely kicking ass in the scene. Love seeing her in the suit, love the new look of it. You can just tell everything about it just fits her now. So yeah, it was very cool to see that. I love to see the fight scenes, how it came out. So yeah, I was cool. Love that, very dope. Love the new wig. Now we kind of end with that, and I will give Luke a little bit of props here, because as we kind of end this fight scene and she saves the day, we do kind of see him kind of come around. He walks into the bar and he gives her the new battle ring of the blaze that's shaped like a bat. It's like a red now. It's more of a darker red. So he kind of said he ordered some more and gives her like a present of having more of these blades here. So I don't know. It's a really cool dynamic. We kind of see Luke kind of stepping up. We're like, okay, all right, he's kind of coming around here. We can see where he's moving. But yeah, I'm very worried about Luke's whole dynamic here, because he's holding on to Kate, which, like I said, very loyal. But is he going to have Ryan's back? Because she's going, remember, she also got hit by that kryptonite. They didn't say that much about that in the episode, but that can come up later. So yeah, I'm pulling for Luke to kind of get it together here. At least he's kind of extending an olive branch, but I'm still a little worried. And we also kind of got a little funny moment between Luke and Ryanne, where she was trying to upgrade the Batmobile. So that'll be hilarious if she ever gets the opportunity to do that. That's pretty funny. But yeah, so basically we kind of end this episode with the big question here is, Kate is with Safaya, is what we're leading this episode to begin. Because I thought they were kind of gonna let the Kate story kind of float out a little bit, to maybe later on, half down in the season. But we're kicking it up a notch. Like, we got introduced to Safaya, this name that we keep hearing floating around, and apparently she has Kate. So that's the big question. I'd love to know what you guys think. To let us know on all social media platforms at Black Girl Nerds. By the way, thank you for all the comments you guys have been sending already. I'm definitely giving shout outs next episode. So let me know. I want to know what you guys think about this new revelation about Kate. You think they're gonna bring her back sooner than we thought? Do we get a Kane appearance early? Because it's very much Ryanne still trying to fit into this world, but Ryanne has a new suit and she ready to rock, and we ready to see this Batgirl magic. So, let's keep on riding with it. And until next time, guys, bye.
shake your booties for black girl nerds.